Okay, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to record this way because of the way that everything is set up. So to give you an idea, I'm perpendicular to the ground right here. I'm gonna look up and there's the oil filter, and if you look farther up, you're gonna see this heat shield right here. See that? That's where you have to remove. The sensor is right behind that. So I'm gonna keep going up here, and I'm gonna try to get you a good visual of where the bolts are. So there's one, and there's another one right there. Alright, and I'll let you know there's another one. I have not seen it yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, so once again I'm down here by the filter on the passenger side, and I'm gonna go straight up. I've removed that heat shield, which was not nearly as hard as I thought it was gonna be. It's only held by those two bolts that I previously showed you, and the bolt from the crank sensor itself, it's a number 5 metric hex bit. It fits perfectly, has no play. I did try the 3/16 just for giggles, just to make sure that I had the least amount of play possible, and the number 5 fit better. So it looks like up there there's a bracket holding onto the end of the sensor. It looks like it just slides up and then it slides free. I'll let you know how exactly that works out and what's the easiest way to get it out. Alright, so here's the connector for the sensor. Now what you want to do is you want to push on this tab and then use your thumb and your index finger to push it away, because you definitely don't want to break this side of the connector, and you definitely don't want to tug on those wires. So here it is. I'm gonna make sure I put a little bit of dielectric grease on that connector so that is not seasoned there if somebody else needs to take it out, or myself, and also so there's a good connection and no water gets in there. And for the sensor itself, this is the old one. That is the part number, and I ended up taking the bracket just because it was easier that way. So I'm gonna be installing the sensor onto the bracket, the new one, and then I'll install the bracket since it's easier that way. I'll get back to you guys. So again, here's the new sensor. So you see how those tabs are placed in there? Basically the old sensor is forced, or the bracket is forced in between these two tabs right here. So I'll show you how to take them out in a second. And for the new sensor, you're gonna look at the shape, kind of how it goes. You're gonna put it in place, then squeeze these tabs down and slide it back in place. Like so. So there it is. That's the new sensor onto the bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of dielectric grease in there, and I am going to put automotive grease on the O-ring so that it makes for a good seal, and also so that it doesn't get seized in there. Alright, so it's pretty much done. Going back up to the sensor, it is installed. There's a bracket, and there's a sensor. And that's pretty much it. You want to put this heat shield back like so. Alright everyone, so this is the heat shield already installed, like how it's supposed to be. Remember that you need to put a little bit of anti-seize on those bolts and a little bit of dielectric grease on your sensor. And also don't forget to torque down the nut, or I'm sorry, the screw that goes to the crankshaft position sensor to 95 inch-pounds. If you don't have a small enough torque wrench to do that, just do it by hand, and be careful not to crack that bolt because you don't want to break that in place. That will be a awful nightmare to deal with. Good luck to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope this content was useful to you. It seems though all the forums kind of point towards taking all this crap off and getting up there by the turbo, and that's not the case at all. If you have this vehicle high enough, you can definitely do this job without removing this exhaust pipe. It is a little bit tricky to work with down here. I have rhino ramps which lift the vehicle 6 inches off the ground, and I personally built this wooden extension, so that leaves me with an extra 3 inches off the ground. So with the creeper, it is not hard to work with down here at all. So again, hopefully you guys enjoy the content, and good luck to everyone. Thanks for watching.